Hola clase, esta noche vamos a hablar de los mandatos informales, afirmativos y negativos. ¿Qué son los mandatos? Commands, you use them to address people that you would consider tú. That's basically telling someone do this, which are the affirmative commands, or don't do this, which are negative commands. Affirmative commands, this is how you form them. You simply just put them in the L form of the verb. So if you want to say, eat good food, you take the verb comer and you just put it in the L form. Come buena comida. Take medicine. That comes from tomar, so it's just going to be toma medicina. There are 8 irregulars that we're going to talk about. Decir, salir, ir, and poner are the first 4. They are di, sal, ve, and pon. The other 4 irregulars come from hacer, ser, tener, and venir, which are haz, se, ten, ven. Por ejemplo, come here comes from the verb venir aquí, so it would be ven aquí, come here. Negative commands, this is how you form them. You make the yo form of the verb, you drop the o, and you add es to the AR verbs or as to ER IR verbs. So it's the opposite. So if you want to say don't smoke, that comes from the verb fumar. So I make my yo, which is fumo. I drop my o, which is fum. And then I add my opposite ending, es, no fumes. Here are some that are irregular in the negative. Dar, estar, ir, and ser. They are very irregular. Dar means to give, so if I want to say don't give, I say no des. Estar, no estés. Ir, no vayas. Ser, no seas. Now we have to change around car, gar, and zar verbs because otherwise it'd be no saces if we kept the C here, because CES makes a S sound. GES makes a H sound. So we can't say no saces. We want to keep that K sound. So that's why we use QUE for car, GUE for gar, and CE for zar. So no saques, no llegues, no cruces. When dealing with pronouns, you place them in different spots depending on if it's affirmative or negative. With affirmative pronouns, you attach it, direct and indirect object pronoun, to the end of the affirmative commands. Add an accent mark 3 syllables back from the last letter of the pronoun to show that the stress remains in the same place. So count back 3 vowels. If you add 2 pronouns, you go back 4 vowels. So we're going to see some ejemplos of that right now. Por ejemplo, take the medicine. To say that in Spanish, to take the medicine would be tomar la medicina. So if you made that into a command, it would be toma la medicina. Now if you put that into a command and you just want to say take it, tómala. Notice I count back 3 vowels and I put my accent on the O. Okay, so go back A, O. There's your accent. Tómala, take it. Here's an example with a reflexive pronoun. So I take my te for sentarse, sit down, sentarse. Now remember, since these are tu commands, I'm going to use te as my reflexive pronoun. Like all affirmative commands, I just attach it to the end. Siéntate. Okay, count back 3 vowels. Siéntate. And there is your accent. Okay, so here you have an example of 2 pronouns attached to the command. Buy dinner for me. Comprar la cena para mí. Okay, so if you put that into the affirmative command, compra, remember it goes I-O-D-O, me la. Now you count back 4 vowels. Cómpramela. Cómpramela. With negative commands, if you are using reflexive or object pronouns with the negative commands, you place these after the no and before the command. Por ejemplo, don't get out of bed. That comes from the verb no levantarse de la cama. So you put it before your conjugated verb. No te levantes de la cama. Because it's an AR verb, that's why I have ES ending. And I put it before my conjugated verb, before my mandato. No te levantes. Aquí está un ejemplo más. Don't eat the pastry. That would be comer el pastel. So if you want to make that into the negative, don't eat it. You have lo because of el pastel. And then you make comer, comas, because it's negative. You put your lo before comas. No lo comas. Gracias, clase. Adiós.